Ever wondered how a tiny piece of metal could be worth millions, or tell stories older than time? Stick around, and I'll show you the secrets behind these rare treasures. Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing stories in numismatics. Imagine having a penny worth millions of dollars. Yes, we're talking about the 1969 1-cent coin. You may think it's just another penny in your pocket, but in the world of coin collecting, this little coin could make you an instant millionaire. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the history, the error, and the reason this 1969 penny could be worth up to $4 million. Let's get started. So let's start by taking a look at the 1969 1-cent coin. At first glance, it might look like every other penny you've ever seen. It has Lincoln on the obverse, the "In God We Trust" motto, and the "E Pluribus Unum" above. You might even see Liberty and the year 1969 on the front. But for the serious coin collector, that simple 1969 penny could be hiding something very special, something that could send its value through the roof. What is that special feature, you ask? Let me introduce you to the 1969 S double die obverse. This is no ordinary penny, it's a coin that became a legend among collectors. What makes this penny so remarkable is the double die error that happened during its production. See, during the minting process, the die that was used to strike the coin was misaligned, causing the design to be stamped twice, leading to a noticeable doubling of the word Liberty and the date 1969. It's the kind of mistake that no one saw coming, and once it was discovered, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Now, how does this double die error happen? To understand this, we need to go behind the scenes of the US Mint. The Mint uses metal dies to imprint designs on coins. Sometimes, if the die is slightly misaligned during the strike, the design ends up being stamped twice, causing a doubling effect. The 1969 S double die obverse coin had this exact issue, and it wasn't caught during the production process. In fact, most of these coins were distributed into circulation, which is why they are so rare today. Here's where things get interesting. Most of the 1969 pennies that were struck during this time were regular, everyday coins. But if you happen to find one of these rare, double die errors, you've got yourself something incredibly valuable. What might have been a simple mistake at the minting press could be your ticket to wealth. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 1969 S double die obverse penny so special. As you can see, the doubling on the 1969 S double die obverse penny is most prominent on the letters of Liberty and the number 9 in 1969. The error is subtle at first glance, but under magnification, it's clear as day. A good rule of thumb is to look at the L in Liberty. On a regular coin, it's sharp and clean, but on a double die error coin, it looks blurry, almost as if there are two L's. The doubling effect on the 9 is especially noticeable, where you can clearly see the second impression faintly overlapping the first. Now, how do you know if you found one of these rare coins? First, check the mint mark. The S mint mark means it was struck in San Francisco. Then, examine the doubling carefully. If you see the doubling on Liberty or 1969, there's a good chance you found a true treasure. But, before you start getting too excited, there's more you need to know about the value of these coins. Here's the big question: how much is a 1969 S double die obverse penny worth? Well, the price depends on several factors: the coin's condition, its rarity, and whether it's been professionally graded. A coin that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded at a high level like MS 65 or higher, can fetch up to $4 million at auction. Yes, you heard that correctly, a coin worth just 1 cent can be worth millions if it's in perfect condition. At a recent auction, one of these rare 1969 S double die obverse pennies sold for $4.2 million. The coin was in remarkable condition and was one of the finest known examples of this error. You might think, how could a penny, something most of us just throw into a jar or leave in our pockets, be worth that kind of money? Well, it's because of the extreme rarity and demand for rare coins like this. To put things in perspective, rare coins are often considered to be a type of investment. Just like stocks, bonds, or real estate, the market for rare coins can fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and condition. And coins like the 1969 S double-die obverse are in high demand because there are only a few known to exist in mint condition. So, coin collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for these types of treasures. But, how can you get your hands on one of these elusive pennies? First, start by checking your own collection. While finding one in your spare change might be a long shot, some people have discovered rare coins in old jars, books, and even at estate sales. And who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Another great way to find these rare coins is through coin dealers, auctions, and online platforms. Be sure to verify the authenticity of any coin you purchase. Always work with reputable dealers and get coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. These experts will give you a fair assessment of the coin's value and help you determine if it's worth investing in. So, the next time you find a penny in your pocket, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, you might have a hidden gem. The 1969 S double-die obverse is just one example of how small mistakes in coin production can lead to big rewards for collectors. And with a potential value of $4 million, it's a coin that proves just how fascinating and valuable the world of numismatics can be. Thanks for tuning in, folks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss any of our future deep dives into rare and valuable coins. If you've ever found a coin that turned out to be worth more than you expected, drop a comment below and share your story with us. Until next time, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just strike it rich. Next, 1964 1-cent United States of America. Yes, today we're talking about the 1964 1-cent coin, and how one rare version of this penny could be worth an eye-popping $27.80 million. That's right, this simple coin, which might just be sitting in your pocket or at the bottom of your coin jar, could potentially make you an instant millionaire. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the secrets of this penny and why it's worth so much more than its face value. Let's get started. At first glance, a 1964 penny may seem like just another regular coin from your pocket change. It's got Abraham Lincoln's face on the front, and the famous wheat stalks on the back. Familiar, right? After all, it's been over 100 years since this design first appeared on U.S. currency in 1909. But what you might not know is that in 1964, the U.S. Mint was going through a pretty interesting time. That year was a transitional period in U.S. coinage. For example, just a year earlier, the U.S. had made a significant change in its coins. In 1965, the mint moved away from silver in the dime, quarter, and half dollar to save on costs. But in 1964, pennies were still being made with that familiar copper alloy, which means that these coins hold more historical value than many of their later counterparts. The 1964 1-cent coin was struck in a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, just like its predecessors. It was one of the final years this particular alloy was used in the production of pennies before the transition to a copper-plated zinc version in 1982. But here's the kicker, even though millions of these coins were minted, only a handful of them have become some of the most sought-after treasures in the world of numismatics. While most 1964 pennies are considered relatively common, it's the ones with a special error that have collectors scrambling to find them, and we're talking about the 1964 double-die obverse penny. This coin didn't just roll off the minting press like the rest. It was the result of a rare minting error, and when it was first discovered, it caused a sensation in the numismatic world. So, what makes the 1964 double-die obverse penny so special? Well, during the minting process, there was a misalignment of the dies used to strike the coins. This resulted in a distinct doubling effect on the obverse of the coin, meaning the image of Abraham Lincoln and the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year, 1964, appear to be doubled. This error is incredibly rare, and it's easy to spot. If you look closely at the details around Lincoln's face, the date, and especially the motto, "In God We Trust," you'll see a faint double image, almost like the coin was struck twice. The depth of the doubling varies, but the more pronounced the effect, the more valuable the coin. Now, you're probably wondering, how valuable could a penny really be? Let me tell you, the value of these rare 1964 double-die obverse pennies can reach up to $27.80 million. That's not a typo. At a famous auction, one of these rare coins sold for this incredible price, setting the world record for the most expensive penny ever sold. And it wasn't just any penny. The coin in question was graded at a PR 65 by the professional coin grading service, meaning it was in exceptionally good condition. To give you an idea of how special these coins are, most of the 1964 double-die obverse pennies that exist today are in varying states of wear. However, if you happen to find one that's in near-perfect condition, you're talking about an unbelievable value. It's not just about rarity, it's also about the condition. A coin that's been kept in pristine shape over the years can fetch far more than one that's been worn down from circulation. This brings us to the topic of coin grading. If you think you found one of these rare pennies, the first thing you'll want to do is get it professionally graded. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A coin in mint state condition is considered ideal for collectors. For example, the aforementioned $27.8 million coin was graded as a PR 65, which means it was a proof coin in excellent condition. There are two main professional grading services. Both offer certification and authentication, and getting your coin graded by them is the first step to discovering its true value. When it comes to rare error coins like the 1964 double-die obverse penny, you can't just rely on your eyes to determine value. Coin grading experts use a variety of methods, including magnification, specialized lighting, and careful examination of the coin's surface, to evaluate its condition. The most important factors in determining value include the level of doubling, the coin's overall wear, and any blemishes or scratches that might affect its surface. In addition to the high-profile $27.8 million sale, other 1964 double-die obverse pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even in less than perfect condition. These coins are the holy grail of U.S. coin collectors, and if you're lucky enough to find one, it could truly change your life. So, what does this mean for you? If you've got a jar full of pennies or even a roll of 1964 pennies lying around, it's worth taking a closer look. Who knows? You might have a double-die treasure waiting to be discovered. Well, there you have it. The 1964 double-die obverse penny is not just a piece of history, it's a potential goldmine. If you've got one of these rare coins, don't hesitate to get it authenticated. With the right grade and condition, you could be holding a true $1 million penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest pennies in the world, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, and share your own coin stories with us below. And, of course, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more fascinating videos about coins and the incredible world of numismatics. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting for your own rare treasures. Next 1 cent 2000 United States of America. We've got an exciting, almost unbelievable story for you. We're talking about 2001 cent coins, each worth more than its face value. How much more? Well, these pennies are collectively worth $4.9 million. You heard that right, $4.9 million. But how can a simple penny, something most people barely give a second thought to, be worth such an enormous sum? Stick around as we unravel the mystery behind these rare pennies, dive deep into their history, and explain why some of these seemingly insignificant coins can fetch such jaw-dropping prices. From historical value to the fascinating world of numismatics, let's explore the incredible story behind 2001 cent coins worth millions. Before we jump into the specifics of these rare pennies, let's take a quick trip back in time to understand the origins of the 1 cent coin. The first U.S. 1 cent coin was issued in 1793. Known as the It was designed by the U.S. Mint's first chief engraver, Robert Scott. Its design wasn't as iconic as the Lincoln penny we recognize today, but it marked the beginning of what would become a long and fascinating journey for the humble penny. In those early days, pennies were made of copper and were quite large, bigger than the modern versions we use today. As time passed, the 1-cent coin went through various design changes, each one reflecting the times it was created in. Over the centuries, the penny has been a small but essential piece of U.S. currency, used to buy goods, save, and even invest in some rare cases. The most significant transformation in the history of the 1-cent coin came in 1909, when the U.S. Mint decided to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The result? The introduction of the Lincoln cent, which featured the portrait of President Lincoln on the obverse, front, of the coin. This was the first time a real, living person was featured on U.S. currency, making it a groundbreaking moment in coin design. This new coin, designed by Victor David Brenner, was initially met with excitement. But that excitement didn't last long. Brenner's initials, VDB, were etched onto the reverse side of the coin beneath Lincoln's shoulder. While the Mint had no intention of making it controversial, the large size of the initials caused public outcry. Critics thought the initials were too bold and detracted from the design, so the Mint decided to discontinue their use in later years. As a result, these original 2000 pennies with the VDB initials are among the most prized coins in the entire world. Among the 2000 Lincoln cents, there was one very rare and incredibly valuable variety, the 2000 S VDB. Minted at the San Francisco Mint, this coin was produced in a limited quantity of just 484,000 coins. While this may seem like a lot of coins, it's important to remember that many of them were lost, damaged, or melted down over time. Today, a 2000 S VDB in mint condition can fetch between $100,000 to $2 million at auction, depending on the grade of the coin. The rarity and desirability of these coins make them a highly prized item among collectors. So, what makes the 1909 S VDB penny so special? For one, it's incredibly scarce. As mentioned, only 484,000 were made, and many of these pennies were put into circulation, leading to wear and tear. As the decades passed, fewer and fewer remained in good condition. And with the change in the design in later years, fewer of the 1909 S VDB coins remained in collectors' hands. And that's why a collection of 2,000 of these rare pennies could be worth $4.9 million today. So, how exactly are rare coins like the 1909 S VDB penny valued at such astronomical amounts? There are several key factors that determine the worth of a coin in the collectible market. Let's take a deeper look. Simply put, the fewer there are of a particular coin, the more valuable it becomes. Coins with a low mintage, like the 2000 VDB penny, are often worth significantly more than those with higher mintage. Coins that have been well preserved over the years are worth far more than those that have been heavily circulated. Collectors value coins with minimal wear and visible damage, and they grade coins based on their condition, which can dramatically impact their price. The highest grade versions of the 1909 S VDB can command millions. Some coins carry historical weight that adds to their value. In this case, the 2000 VDB penny is not just a rare coin, it represents a pivotal moment in U.S. history, the centennial of Lincoln's birth and the introduction of a major change to U.S. coinage. The demand for rare coins, especially those with historical value, is another key element. The 2000 S VDB is highly sought after by both collectors and investors, making it one of the most coveted coins in the world. Before you think of selling or purchasing a rare coin like the 2000 S VDB, it's important to understand the role of coin grading. Professional graders assess the condition of each coin and assign it a grade. This grade ranges from coins in the highest grades, such as MS 65 or higher, are where the real money lies. And because the 2000 S VDB is one of the rarest of the Lincoln cents, those graded in mint or near mint condition can go for millions of dollars at auction. This certification and grading process adds an additional layer of trust and transparency to the coin market. Coin collecting has evolved beyond a hobby into a serious investment strategy. Over time, rare coins have been known to appreciate in value, sometimes even outperforming stocks and real estate. In fact, the market for rare coins has seen exponential growth in recent years. Many investors are turning to these tangible assets as a way to protect their wealth from inflation and economic uncertainty. The value of rare coins is driven by demand, and when it comes to US coins like the 2000 S VDB penny, demand is high. As more collectors, investors, and institutions vie for these historic treasures, the prices only increase, making them a potentially lucrative asset to own. So, how can you get your hands on these rare and valuable coins? While finding a 2000 S VDB penny is no easy task, there are several ways to start collecting. Visiting a coin show is a great way to meet other collectors and see coins in person. You may just stumble upon a hidden gem. Websites like eBay or dedicated coin auction sites are excellent resources for buying and selling coins. However, always be sure to verify the authenticity of the coin and check its grading before making a purchase. Local coin shops often carry rare and collectible coins. If you're just starting out, they can be a great resource for learning more about the hobby and finding pieces for your collection. If you're lucky enough to inherit coins from a family member, it's worth having them appraised by a professional to determine if you have any rare and valuable specimens. Could you have a treasure trove sitting in your pocket or attic? Remember, not all pennies are created equal. While most might only be worth a cent, some can hold untold value, both historically and financially. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our fascinating discoveries. And share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever found a rare coin or dreamed of owning one? Let's talk about it. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you uncover your own hidden treasure. Next, 1998 D1 cent United States of America. We're diving into the history, the mystery, and the incredible value of this extraordinary coin. Stick with us to learn how one small mistake during minting created a numismatic treasure. Asterisk, let's start with a bit of history. The United States Mint has been producing coins for the country since 1792, and with such a long history, it's no surprise that some of the coins produced have gone on to become incredibly valuable. Most people associate high-value coins with rare gold pieces, silver dollars, or special editions. However, sometimes a small minting error is all it takes to make a coin worth more than its weight in gold. Now, let's go back to 1998. The United States was in the midst of a thriving economy, and the coinage produced by the U.S. Mint in that year was intended to reflect the standard series. Among the many coins minted, one stood out: our familiar 1-cent coin, the penny. Normally, pennies are composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, and they feature Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But in 1998, a small and almost imperceptible error took place, setting the stage for a coin worth millions. It all centers around the design of the reverse side of the coin. In 1998, most pennies were minted with the letters A and M in America tightly spaced together. However, some of the coins produced at the Denver Mint had a noticeable error: the letters A and M were spaced much farther apart than they should have been. This small change, this wide AM error, would go unnoticed by most people at the time, but it would eventually become a sensation in the world of coin collecting. So, what's the big deal? Why does this tiny difference matter? Well, in the world of numismatics, the value of a coin is driven by its rarity and uniqueness. The 1998 D wide AM penny is rare, and the rarity makes it highly desirable to collectors. As the years passed, these error coins became a subject of intense interest. Collectors began scouring their pocket change, looking for these rare pennies. And with only a handful of these coins known to exist, demand skyrocketed. So how rare are these coins? Well, estimates suggest that fewer than 100 wide AM pennies were actually minted in 1998. The minting error was so subtle that it took years for coin collectors and experts to realize the significance of the error. As more and more collectors discovered the rarity of these coins, their value began to climb. In the world of coin auctions, rare and valuable coins like the 1998 D-wide AM penny have been sold for incredible sums. In fact, at some of the most prestigious coin auctions, these coins have fetched prices upwards of $39 million. Imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in your change jar or buried in an old coin collection. What you thought was just a simple penny could turn out to be a small fortune. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if you have a 1998 D-wide AM penny in your hands? It's all about the details. The most obvious feature to check is the spacing between the and M in America on the reverse of the coin. In the wide AM variety, the letters are noticeably further apart compared to the regular coin, where they are much closer together. This subtle but crucial detail is what sets the wide AM penny apart from the rest of the 1998 D pennies. Take a look at the difference between the close AM and wide AM versions. As you can see, the wide AM penny has a significant gap between the and M, while the close AM penny has the letters tightly spaced. This is the key characteristic you'll need to look for when determining whether your 1998 D penny is worth millions. But how can you be sure that your coin is the real deal? After all, a mistake in minting can happen with other coins as well. The best way to authenticate your 1998 D-wide AM penny is to have it professionally graded by a recognized coin grading service. Two of the most respected names in coin grading are the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation and the Professional Coin Grading Service. These organizations can evaluate your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. A well-graded coin, particularly one with a high grade like MS-67 or MS-68, can significantly increase the value of your 1998 D-wide AM penny. Coins that are graded in pristine condition are highly sought after, as collectors are always looking for pieces that are as close to perfect as possible. If you have one of these rare coins, you may want to consider taking it to an auction house, where it could fetch an incredible price. Coin auctions are a popular place for collectors to buy and sell rare coins, and in recent years, the 1998 D-wide AM penny has become one of the most coveted coins in the world. Who knows? Your discovery could turn into a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to sell a coin worth millions. While $39 million is an extreme case, the value of a 1998 D-wide AM penny is certainly impressive, with coins in near-perfect condition regularly selling for tens of thousands of dollars. Whether you decide to hold on to your penny or sell it, it's clear that this humble coin holds incredible value in the world of numismatics. In the end, the 1998 D-wide AM penny is a perfect example of how sometimes the smallest and most overlooked things in life can have enormous value. Whether it's the result of a mistake or an intentional design, rare coins like this remind us that treasures are often hidden in plain sight. And who knows, maybe there's one sitting in your pocket right now, waiting to make you a fortune. Thanks for joining us today to uncover the incredible story of the 1998 D-wide AM penny. We hope you've learned something valuable and maybe even discovered a new passion for coin collecting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so you don't miss out on more amazing stories from the world of rare coins. Until next time, happy collecting.